going to be talking about interpreting graphs of functions. And for our warm-up, we're going to determine which of the following relations is a function. So go ahead, pause this, and try. And once you are done, you should see that obviously J is going to be the function because each input only has one output. If you look at all the other ones, we have inputs that have two different outputs, but J is the function. So we're going to be talking about intercepts and symmetry. So the intercepts of a graph are points where the graph intersects an axis. Okay? Intercepts, you can also sometimes think of those as crossing points. That's what an intercept is. It's like a crossing point. So the y-coordinate of the point at which a graph intersects the y-axis is the y-intercept. Or you can think of it as the y-crossing point. And the x-coordinate of the point at which a graph crosses the x-axis is called an x-intercept. So if I were to just draw in this graph right here, I could identify, first of all, my axes, my x-axis, my y-axis. This point right here would be my y-intercept, because this is where the graph crosses the y-axis. And whenever you have a y-intercept, the x value is always 0, and then you have whatever your y value is. So it's always going to be 0, some y value. Your x-intercept is where the graph crosses the x-axis. So here's my x-intercept. And whenever you have an x-intercept, the y value is always 0, and you're going to have some x value plugged in for that point. That's what intercepts are. It's where the graph crosses a certain axis. Y-intercept, where it crosses the y-axis. X-intercept, where it crosses the x-axis. And we usually are concerned about these points on a graph because they usually tell us something useful. Okay? So these are usually points we want to identify on a graph.